Hello and welcome everyone to GrabGuidance official YouTube channel. So we are back with one of our GrabGuidance webinar, online webinar for especially for our student community. Right. This time we have come up with one amazing topic on a special request of our students as well as a lot of counselors as well who have suggested us to go with this topic. So today I love to introduce one of the expert which we have on this platform, right? So this session is totally co-powered with Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies. We Grab Guidance has a premium partner, Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies. So we both are working on this session. So this session is specifically dedicated to our student community who are looking out for some counseling and how to get the entry in IP in Indraprastha University, right? So basically, this is for that. So I'll just give a brief introduction to the expert which we have on our platform. So today we have Ms. Neetu Chadda with us. She is highly experienced researcher and educationist working as an assistant professor in one of the top-notch IP University Institute. Right? She is a NET qualified and holds MPhil degree as well. Apart from it, her key specialization area is financial markets and behavioral finance. She has around 15 years of teaching experience and she has presented various papers in national and international conference seminars. She has published various papers in international and national referred journals, and she is also co-author of CBSE 11th and 12th accounting books. So it's a pleasure to have you here with us, ma'am, on
Thank
this
you.
Grab Guidance platform. Yeah. So moving further to the topic, I would just want to have one more minute to introduce our all the students about a Grab Guidance as well. So basically, Grab Guidance is one of the online portal, or you can say it's a marketplace for experts and learner, where we help a learner to connect with an expert and can ask any kind of queries, right? So it's an online portal where any user coming with any query can get connected with an expert of their own choice and can book a session and can ask the queries and can get the clear their doubts there and then as well, right? So this is bit about Grab Guidance. So moving further, I would love to hand over to you, ma'am. So today's topic of webinar is what is the online procedure for to enter in IP University, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University for 2021, right? So we would love to hear everything from this whole procedure of counseling from you, ma'am, because we have a lot of students who would love to hear this. Because today's era, people are getting a lot of admissions in MBA, right? There are a lot of students who wants to do MBA, but everyone wants to get into IP University. There are a lot of bandwidth which want to go in IP University. So we'd love to hear from us. It would be a beneficial session for our students community as well. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for the nice introduction.
Yeah.
Uh, Good afternoon, one and all present here for this session. And in this session, we'll talk about the entire IP University online counseling procedures. As various students have a lot of doubts regarding the various rounds, spot counseling, sliding round, and whether they have to pay the fees if they don't want to take admission in the allotted college, and because of those doubts they commit certain mistakes, and because of which they'll be out of the entire admission process of IP University. So today we'll be focusing on the entire IP University and online counseling procedure for the different courses and streams. Now, I guess you all are aware about that. Before registering yourself with the IP University for that online counseling procedure, uh, every student need to appear either for the national level test conducted by the different authorities for taking admission in that particular course, or through the CET, that is the common entrance test conducted by the university, or the different designated agencies designated by the university. And in certain courses, the university take direct admissions on the basis of the merit of the qualifying degrees. Now, as in certain courses, certain national eligibility tests would be considered for taking admissions, and here, especially in case of MBA, CAT score is taken, and the already the procedure has been started for MBA admissions through CAT, and one round result is already over. But talking about the other courses also, so for every program, the for the different programs where the IP University is conducting CET. So they have designed the common syllabus for certain CET test, and a unique code is assigned for all those programs. And you know that certain programs like MBA FM and MBA, all these are clubbed in a group, and same CET code is given to the entire program, and same CET would be conducted by the university, and that CET code actually indicates the specified program for which the students need to check their eligibility conditions, and those eligibility conditions are specifically mentioned in the IP University brochure. But before starting with the entire process of online counseling, I would like to tell you that students who want to take admission in IP University or would like to participate in the counseling of IP University, they need to regularly visit the IP University websites, and this is the IP University website which they need to regularly visit to check the schedule of online counseling and all the dates of online counseling. And not only the IP University official website, they can click on the admission link of the IPU website also. There they'll get all the notices and schedules related to the IP University online counseling. And before registering themselves, or once if they would like to register themselves for IP University admission and counseling, they need to fill all the details very carefully, because if they'll commit any mistake in filling that registration form, then they'll be given the chance to edit or rectify it too, but it's the whole or the sole responsibility of the candidate to ensure whatever eligibility is there for taking admission, they are fulfilling all those eligibilities, and they are filling all the details correctly with respect to the region they belong to, the category they belong to, all these personal details and all these qualification related details they need to fill very carefully. And it's a general advice to all the students who are desirous and taking admission in IP University. They are advised to apply early enough, because the counseling is online, and to avoid last minute rush, if they'll face any network issue at the last minute, so might be they cannot be the part of that IP University online counseling. So the detailed rules and procedure for counseling will be notified by the university time to time on their official website and on their admission link. So it's an advice to regularly visit the university website and link for admission guidelines. Now, see, this is the university online counseling process that actually starts with the registration that I talked about, that the student need to register themselves, student need to fill all the details, all personal details, all eligibility related details himself very carefully, because it's the responsibility of the participant or the candidate to fill all those details. And in case if on any later stage those details were found to be wrong or not appropriate or not right, so might be that student would be out of the entire counseling rounds of IP University. Now, first thing is the payment of counseling fees. Now, the candidate need to pay the requisite fee for counseling. Now, that counseling fee they need to pay as per the schedule of the CET code for which, or the program for which they would like to take the admission. And for depositing the counseling fee, the candidate need to visit the IPU University website, and there they need to click the option of payment of counseling participation fee, and then they need to fill all CET related details of their, and they can make the online payment of their registration fee. And see, once they made the payment, it's not enough that they'll move and they'll go to the round of counseling. It's essential to check their fee payment status on the website. If the status is not okay, that means their transaction got failed and their amount would be refunded later on, but they are not the part of the IPO counseling procedure. So that's why they need to check the status of their counseling fee. And in case of any problem, they need to they can talk to the helpline desk of university to resolve their issue. Now, next,
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. I believe your PPT is not working. So, can you check it once?
yes, sir.
Yeah, now it's working.
It's working now.
Yeah, fine, fine. That's fine. Continue, ma'am.
So I was talking about the counseling fee, and after that counseling fee status they'll get on the website is okay. They can take the printout of that for further process for confirmation receipt. They can take the printout of that, and now once they have paid the counseling fee, then they need to register themselves, and the candidate has to enter the CET details in the admission website, and they need to fill all the personal details like their address, mobile number, email ID, their academic results, and their contact details they need to fill. And once the registration process is over, the candidate will get the login ID and password. So, and it's always advisable to candidate not to share that ID and password with any institute with another person, or if required, they can change the password too. And in case the candidate is not able to register themselves on the website, then they can contact the help desk of the university. And in case a certain time is also provided to candidate, and within that specified period they can change their registration details. If they have filled any detail wrongly in that registration form, they'll get the chance to uh, change it, rectified it within that specified period of registration. And afterwards, they need to take the printout of the registration that they have done for future reference, and for at admission time, they need to submit it. Now, next, third, in the process, we have third step, that is very important step, choice filling. Now, this is very essential and compulsory for allotment of seats, and the candidate will not be considered for allotment of seat without that preference or choice filling. Now, again, it is advisable to all the candidate to fill the maximum number of colleges, maximum number of institutes in their choice filling, and they should choose as per the priority, as per the preference they are giving to the institute. And again, it is, I'm repeating it, that it is always advisable to fill maximum number of choices, as it increases the possibility of getting the allotment or the seat in the institutes. So, and you know that we have seen sometimes students fill only limited number of choices, and as per their CET rank, they'll not get, and they'll not be allotted any seat. So that's why it is always advisable to fill maximum number of choices in the choice filling of the colleges and the institutes. And you know that later on, the in the different rounds, after the results of each round, they'll be given chance to edit, modify, add, delete their preferences of colleges. Now, afterwards, our first round or starts, and the process of first round, second round, and third round is almost similar. So, see the process of the different rounds. Okay, check please. Every process, every round starts with choice preference filling as per the requisite schedule. And for first round, they have filled the that choice, and after getting the result, if they don't want to take admission in that college also, so they'll be given chance to edit, modify, or delete that choice also. You know that once they have filled the choice, the next thing in that round is, for especially for reserve category students, if they are registered, properly registered, so they are being asked to verify the documents of their reserve category. And afterwards, that round, once within that adequate or specified time period, if the student has filled the choice, and afterwards that choice cannot be modified before that result of that particular round. Now once the result of that round is over, that means that candidate is allotted a particular seat in one particular institute. Now, here the process is not over, as that allotment doesn't mean, that means they are admitted to that particular institute. They are allotted a seat in that institute. Now, after that allotment, the student or the child or the candidate need to submit their willingness. Now, listen, candidates, it's very essential to submit the willingness, either in the form of freeze option or float option. Now, what is this freeze and float option? Now, if the candidate is satisfied with the seat allotted to them, then and he or she does not want to further participate in the subsequent round of counseling, then what that candidate can do, then that candidate can choose the freeze option. That means he selected the institute, that means that is being allotted to him or her in that round of counseling. And in case if the candidate wants to upgrade his or her choice, then he or she can participate in the next round of counseling. But very essential thing, after or before submitting that willingness, either in the form of freeze and float, remember you that the candidate need to pay the part academic fee of rupees 40,000. Now, this is very essential. There, the different candidates commits mistake. They think if they have not freeze their seat, and if they don't want the seat that is allotted to them, but and they would like to float, but for float option also, for participating in consequent rounds of the counseling, they need to pay a part academic fee of 40,000, either to confirm their allotment in the seat that is allotted, or either to participate in the next rounds of counseling. Now, in case they have freeze their option, they have paid 40,000, so they can print their allotment letter and that proof of payment of part academic fee. Now, see, every time you need to take out the printout of registration form or allotment letter, the seat that is allotted to you, or any fee that you are paying, so that printout you need to take, because those all printouts as proofs are required for admission process. Or in case anything is there, then you need to, when you need to talk to help desk, then you need to show all those printouts. Now in case the candidate has chosen freeze option, then also that candidate need to pay 40,000. And if that candidate has chosen float option for upgrading their seat, then also they need to pay 40,000 along with their willingness in the form of freeze and float. Now, this is the procedure of each round of counseling of IP University. But in case after paying that 40,000, if the candidate feels that they would like to withdraw from the entire admission process, then that child can apply for withdrawal by clicking on the withdrawal option. That is again available in the admission website, but within the specified period. Now, these are the procedure for round 1, round 2, and round 3. Now, uh, after third round of allotment of seats, that means following same procedure. Now, in case the child has chosen the float option, then again within that specified time period, they'll be given chance to edit, modify, add, delete their preferences. They can change the preferences if they feel so. And again, after that, within that specified time, if they have filled all those preferences, then a seat would be allotted. That means result of that round would be declared. Again, that they need to submit the willingness in the form of freeze float. In case they had already paid 40,000, now they need not to pay anything. They because they had already paid that part academic fee. Again, if they are, if they got the like right seat, the right admission in the right institute they desire for, so they can take the printout of allotment letter. And then afterwards, when the university asks to ask the students to get their documents verified, they can get their documents verified in the requisite institute. Now you know that after that second round or third round, the process of counseling would not be over. There comes the sliding round. Now the question is, who can participate in the sliding round after that third counseling? Now see, those candidates who had already paid that part academic fee of 40,000 and they have not withdraw from the admission process, and who have not yet freeze their allotted seat. Now these participants or these candidates can be the part of sliding round. That means there in this sliding round, the seat might be upgraded. And a candidate who has paid the academic fee, they have not withdrawn from the admission process, and who have not freeze their allotted seat. All these three conditions to be fulfilled by the candidate for participating in the sliding round. But once you have freezed your seat after the allotment of the seat, then that candidate need to get their documents verified in that particular institute. And if they verified their documents in that institute, paid the requisite fees of that institute, then the status of that student or candidate would be the admitted student. But in case they fulfill all these three conditions, they have paid the 40,000 fees, they have not withdrawn from the admission, they have not freezed their allotted seat, then their seat might be upgraded. That means afterwards a result of sliding round would be declared and they'll be allotted a seat in the institute. And in some cases, if the seat is not upgraded, that means in the preference, in the choice or the preference that they have filled, in that they don't get seat in the higher order institutes, then the same seat would be retained also. Now, after that sliding round, what a candidate need to do? Uh, Actually, a candidate gets a provisional admission slip along with the enrollment number, and that candidate need to report and report to the allotted institute and college along with that provisional allotment letter, that academic fee, part academic fee receipt of 40,000, and all required documents, academic documents that proves the eligibility of that candidate, and they need to pay the balance fees as per the schedule notified by the university. Now, if see they are allotted a seat, but they have not reported to the institute for document verification and payment of fees, then their admission would be automatically cancelled. That means after sliding round, if they are not reporting to the institute in which they are allotted seat along with the requisite documents, then their admission remains cancelled, because that institute will show the status of that candidate non-reported, non-admitted, and non-reported candidate. That means that admission of that child is cancelled in that particular case. Now see, the still we have one another hope of another round of counseling, but not necessary this round would be conducted by the university. As the procedure for this round is that if in case any vacant seats are left with the institutes, with the affiliates of IP University, then IP University will take the list from the institute. That means after document verification of the candidates who are allotted seats in the different institutes need to submit the status. How many students have reported and how many have admitted, and how many students are non-reported and those are considered to be non-admitted students. So in that case, those seats in those institutes remains vacant. And for filling those vacant seats, the university conducts the spot round of counseling. And again, the candidate have to pay a counseling participation fee, separate fee. If see any either the national eligibility test qualified candidate or CET qualified candidate who has not yet taken admission in any round, any first round, second round, or third round of online counseling, then that student will be eligible to participate in the spot counseling round. Now, see, if in the first round any student is allotted any seat in any round of online counseling, then they have to pay that academic fee of 40,000 to confirm their admission in that particular institute or college. But if they have not paid that 40,000 to university, if they have paid it to university and they have verified the document, then that student will be treated as admitted at the time of spot counseling. Now again, if that student feels to participate in the spot counseling again, that means they are admitted, they have taken admission in one institute, but still they feel they can get better institute, because from some sources that student get to know certain seats are vacant in that particular institute where that candidate would like to take the admission. Now, what they can do, then they need to pay a spot counseling fee of 5,000. That is actually a transfer fee of 5,000 to participate in the spot round of counseling of IP University. Now, remember, this is this these spot round is against admitting students against the vacant seats only. So either those students are not the part of the counseling procedure, but they have qualified that CET or the national eligibility test. Those are considered to be the qualifying exams for taking admission in that specified course. So those students can participate by just paying a spot counseling fee. That is a minimal fee. But in case an admitted students want to participate in the spot counseling, then they need to pay a special transfer fee of 5,000 because those candidates had already paid the fees of that institute or college, and those students are already considered to be the admitted students of that institute. Excuse me. Now, not only this, any candidate who was admitted in any round, but see, they are allotted seat in the first round, but they have not paid 40,000 fees. They have chosen that option of freeze float, but they have not paid that 40,000 part academic fee. Pay ही नहीं किया. Then what to do? Then that student's admission would be withdrawn from the entire procedure. That student is out from that admission process. But here, in case seats remain vacant in the institute and the university will go for spot round, then they are eligible to participate in that spot round. And all other non-admitted candidates who has not either registered themselves for IP university admission, but they are CET qualified or national eligibility test qualified, then those students are eligible to participate in the spot round. Now, remember this spot counseling in case of those students who are already admitted students and they had paid the 40,000 part academic fee and the institute's entire fees they had paid. Now their status shown in their login ID password is the admitted candidate. Now, if they would like to transfer themselves to another institute, they need to pay a transfer fee of 5,000. Along with that, they need to remember that the seats vacant by these candidates must be offered to another candidates participating in the spot counseling, and then their seat will be gone. Then they don't have the option to freeze their seat. And if they would like to transfer themselves, again they are considered as per their ranks only. As per their ranks only, this is very important. That means preference will be given against the vacancies to those candidates who are already admitted as per their ranks. And they are offered to participate in spot round, and they'll be given preference over the lower ranks. And see, again, the various students has such kind of query in case they have once paid the fees of any institute or they had paid that 40,000 academic fee. So all those fees will be adjusted during that spot round, and in case they are changing the institute or college, uh, that means then that college need to refund the fees of that candidate, and that fees component that candidate again need to pay in the allotted institute in the spot round. Now, any candidate who was admitted in any round but they have withdrawn from the procedure, or they have not paid that 40,000 part academic fee, then they are also eligible for that spot counseling. But see, we have discussed all those rounds of counseling. Now, see, all those admissions in IP University after that counseling would be provisional till these admissions would not be regularized by the university. Now, and you know that certain students results, either if we are taking admission in the post graduation program or graduation program, in one or two of their subjects they have reappear or their result is awaited. So those result awaited candidates again need to check the provisions of the IP university admission process, and they need to submit an undertaking that they'll clear those particular exams, or they'll submit their results within a specified date, within a month or 1.5 months specified by the university. So till that time their admission is not final, their admission is provisional, and they need to submit the result as early as possible in the institute in which they are admitted. And all those non-admitted candidates, or the candidates who have committed any mistake of not paying that 40,000 pay fee, part academic fee, they can be the part of the spot round, but spot round would be only conducted in case seats in the institutes are vacant. But see, there is no chance after filling the seats after the spot round. See, especially for MBA, there can be more number of spot rounds, because for MBA students, the first round result is already out and they are participating in the second round. And today is 14th, and till 14th, they are given chance to modify, edit, or delete or add their choices. And again, those CAT students, CAT score candidates are allowed to participate in round 2. And again, we have CMET students waiting, and university has already conducted a CET on 12th of September for MBA. Those students are also waiting for getting admission. But for the admission process, it is always required and it is always advisable to you all, kindly check the IP University website regularly for any update of the schedules, as that schedule of MBA admission was till yesterday, but they have revised it to today, to 14th only. Sorry, today is 15th. Yesterday, the date was extended, and that same day was given for editing their choices for participating in the second round. Now, again, in any round, if the candidate is facing any difficulty, they can directly contact the help desk of IP University for resolving their conflict, or in case they have filled any detail wrongly in the registration form, or anywhere if they have commit any mistake. But see, all candidates need to stick to the schedule mentioned in the website or the admission link of the IP University. So all these are the all these this is the process of IP University admission. Online counseling, starting with paying the counseling fee, registering themselves, then choice filling, participating after choice filling, participating in round 1, then submitting their willingness in the form of freeze float option, paying an academic fee or fee of 40,000 after round 1, even if they don't want to take admission in the allotted institute. For participating in subsequent rounds, they need to pay 40,000 fee. Again, they'll be given chance to modify their choices, edit their choices, delete their choices, add their choices, and again they'll participate in the round two. Procedure of round two remains same. Again, after declaration of result of the round two, a seat would be allotted to candidate. Again, they'll need to submit their willingness of freeze float. If they had already paid a 40,000 fee, they need not to pay again. Now, and in for round three, again they can modify their choices if they have chosen the option of float, and again the result would be declared after round two. Again, they'll be given chance to submit their willingness of freeze or float. In case they are freeze their option, freeze the allotted seat, then they need to verify they need to get their documents verified in the institute. But in case again they have chosen a floating option, then they'll automatically go to that another sliding round, and in that sliding round might be their seat would be upgraded, and if not, then same seat would be retained. And again, for those candidates, if they have not paid 40,000 fees, or they have committed any mistake in the counseling and they are out of that IP University counseling process, so they can participate in the spot round along with the admitted candidates who would like to transfer their seat. And at the end, they need to report to the different institutes in which they are allotted on the seats, and they need to pay the requisite fees of all those institutes. Now, that's from my side the entire process of IP University counseling. Now, in case any student has any query, then you can put forward your queries.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for amazingly describing whole procedure of IP counseling. Right, so we have some of the queries. So I'll start the queries one by one. So first query we have: what's the average time this process takes to get through the whole procedure? The whole process of counseling, what's the average time it takes?
See, because of pandemic, already the process gets delayed. But right now, university has decided to complete within the October. Till October, they'll be finalizing all the counseling seat allotment, and
Okay.
they had already declared for the MBA, the 1st October to 6th October would be the uh, chance the student is getting for that document verification. See, usually 1.5 months process is there for the entire process of 3 rounds, and along with that spot round. If actually
Okay.
when the process starts in July, it would be ended by 15th August. That would be the deadline. But because of pandemic and the process change and the problems in the process, they are delaying the process. But usually they take 1.5 months to 2 months to complete the entire process of admission.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. The next query which we have is: on what basis to select various college under this university?
See, then if you are choosing any institute for taking admission, I guess two things every candidate should see. First is the academic performance of the students of that institute. Another thing is the placement. These two are the important aspects, academics and placement. A child should focus, like if that child is taking admission in the postgraduate program, so specific focus should be on the placement of that institute. So
Okay.
student can check the website of the respective institute for checking the placement status of that particular institute. And these should be the two criteria for choosing any institute in the IP university or in any other university.
Okay. And the third query which we have is: which is the best institute in IP University for BBA?
See, I can't answer this
Yeah,
question. See, best is as per the child, as per the eligibility
absolutely.
criteria and the marks or scores of that candidate. We cannot say this institute is best and over and above the another institute. This is not possible for me to answer. If you say, I'll say my institute is better. So I'll not answer
Right,
this question, sir.
right. And ma'am, apart from it, one thing which I was thinking that student get these colleges on basis of the counseling rounds, or generally they have multiple options to go with.
See, like suppose if take the example of any candidate who has given
Mhm.
preference to USMS first, made second, DIS third, then later on that candidate has failed their preferences. And as
Okay.
per the rank, if as per that rank, that means that I'll say that score is there within which वहाँ पे उस institute में there will be admission of all the candidates. If that candidate rank fall within that rank, then that child get admission there in USMS. But if in USMS, if that score is like that the admission filled before that score, so then that student would be given preference in the second choice. And if again the second choice is filled, then he'll be given second, third allotted, third seat in a seat in the third choice chosen
Okay.
preference. So accordingly,
Okay.
admission will be given. Accordingly,
So
seat would be
once
allotted.
the seats is filled, then student will be shifted to next round, right? Next round of
Yes.
counseling.
No, no. Again, that needs student needs to choose that option because if he has chosen
Okay.
10 to 12 option, one institute he might be allotted in that round.
Okay.
But if he
Uh-huh.
don't want to take admission there, then he need to choose the option of float, and he need to pay
Okay.
that 40,000 part academic fee. Then he can participate in next round, and he can edit his preference.
Okay. Got it. And any fair idea you have that how much students generally get go through this process and get the admission in IP University in a year?
See, it depends upon the applications that university get for admission, and
Okay.
in every course they have limited seats. Like the if talk about MBA, there are only 22 to 25 the IP affiliates who are offering MBA, but there are
Mhm.
around 68 institutes who are offering BBA programs. There are around 38 institutes who are offering BCom honors program. So it is as per the affiliate institutes and their seat intake accordingly, and as per the applications. Sometimes the university gets lesser number of applications. The specifically
Right.
in case of MBA, if they got lesser number of applications, like if that is not filled with the help of CAT score candidates, then that's why they are considering CMAT scorers also. They are considering CT scorers also. Accordingly, this process moves on.
Okay. Got it. Got it. No, no, that's all. That's the question we have. Right. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for amazingly explaining all the doubts which our user have, as well as going through all the procedure of counseling part. I hope each one of our users very much satisfied the confusion which they have that might have been answered from your end. So, yeah, it's a very amazing session and a very informative session because a lot of students are very much confused that what is the proper process of admission in IP, right? Because it starts bit later than the other private universities, I feel, right?
Yes, sir.
So
But right now,
yeah,
the DU process is also late.
okay,
See, private
okay, okay,
universities
right,
have already filled their seats, but the state universities are still
right,
waiting.
right. I know, ma'am. Right, right. True. So that's an amazing session, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining the session and giving a brief idea about the whole procedure of 2021. Right. So thank you so much for having you here, ma'am. And we hope we'll see you in next session also for any of the other topics which you have came up with for IP Institute. Right. We'll surely
Definitely.
connect you for that.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'd like to thank you, each one of you who have joined the session. It's an amazing session we had, and I request each one of you that keep requesting the topics which you wanna see our next webinar or next GG online class. So we'll keep on conducting session on that topics as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a nice day. Take care. Be safe. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.